Welcome to Glow's Kindred Kitchen, and I'm Glow. Thank you for joining me today, and I thought today I would share with you a recipe that is very, very good. It's a chocolate cookie, and it's called Double Chocolate Chewies. And I have seen several recipes through the years in my cookbooks, but I just thought I'd show you how I do it. So let's go ahead and get going on this. We're looking forward to having this treat today. So the first thing I did is I took 1 1/4 cups of butter, room temperature butter here. And what you do is you blend this with 2 cups of sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in here. And it also calls for 2 eggs, and I have 2 eggs here at room temperature. And it calls for 2 teaspoons of real vanilla extract, which I have here. It calls for 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which I have here. And it calls for 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened cocoa, which I have here. And it also calls for 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which I have here. 1 cup of chopped nuts, which I have here, and I went ahead and chopped them up for us. These are walnuts. Pecans are very good in this as well. And a bag of 12-ounce of semi-chocolate chips. And that's it. So let's go ahead and get mixing. The first thing I'm going to do, move this out of the way so we don't get a mess going on, is I have my beaters plugged in, and I'm just going to go ahead and start mixing this. So I'm going to cream this for about a minute or 2, and I'll be back, and then we'll go on to the next step. Well, I got my sugar and my butter incorporated so it's nice and light and fluffy. And now we're going to do the eggs. These eggs again are at room temperature. And I'm going to go ahead and crack one into a separate bowl because you never know. Every once in a while you get a surprise with an egg. And you would hate to put that into whatever you're doing, especially today, the price of food. So you always make sure your egg is okay. This one's fine. Nothing wrong with it. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that one in. Let's do the next one. And I always tap my egg on the counter instead of the side of my bowl, so I don't try to prevent eggshells from getting in it. Just wipe my hands off there. And this one looks fine too.
Looks good, Miss Glow.
So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Now I'm going to just set this in. I have a sink of warm sudsy water over there that I always keep on hand. Now what we're going to do is put in the 2 teaspoons of real vanilla. There's 1. 2. Let's put that in the water too and get that out of the way. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just breaking open those yolks so it's easier to incorporate in here. And I start up on low. What we're doing here is we're going to combine all of this so it comes together and creams well. So I'm going to continue to cream this. It'll be about a minute, and then we'll be back and we'll be adding the rest of the ingredients. Alright, well, I incorporated the eggs and the vanilla in with the sugar and the butter until it's nice and mixed up good. It took about a minute, minute and a half. And now I took my 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder and the 2 cups of flour and the 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and I mixed it up in this bowl just to get it incorporated. I have found through the years that if you add cocoa, just plain cocoa like to a liquid, it balls up on you on the top. So by adding your cocoa to your flour or to your cornstarch or whatever you're doing, it helps to prevent that. So now we're going to slowly add this in a couple of steps to this mixture, and we're going to mix it up. And I'm just kind of stirring it around first to help prevent a big mess. See how that, flour and the cocoa the dust starts to rise a little at first?
Yes.
If I hadn't stirred that in at first, it would have been a bigger mess. Just a little tip.
Not out of the mold.
So let's go ahead and add a little more. But see how easy this comes together? It's just an easy recipe.
Very easy, Miss Glow.
And again, I'm just going to kind of stir it a little before we start. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to add the rest of this, and then I'll be back and then we'll go on to the next step. Well, we've got everything incorporated here. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug my beaters, my mixer from the wall, and I'm going to release the beaters. I'm just going to put them over here in this bowl, over to the side. I'm going to put this mixer over here so we have more room. And then our next step is stirring the chocolate chips. And these are semi-chocolate chips. Put it right in there like that. Got in my little garbage bag there. And then I also got the 1 cup of chopped walnuts.
How many chocolate chips were there?
Oh, that bag is a 12-ounce bag.
Okay.
And so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to stir this up. And what I'm using to stir this up with, you guys are probably wondering what that was. It's a Dutch whisk or a Danish whisk. And it's a wire, and when you look at this thing, you wouldn't think that it would incorporate all this, but it works wonderfully to mix up stuff like this. It's like a brownie type texture to it. Brownie cookie is what these actually remind me of. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to just incorporate this. It'll only take about less than a minute. And I'll be back and we're going to be putting them on our stones or your cookie sheet, whatever you have to bake. So, well, I got everything incorporated now. And now what I'm going to do, this is like a cookie scoop. And I'm just going to put these on here. I got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. And these only have to cook for about 9 minutes.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Looks delightful.
They are good. It's been a while since we made these, so. And I have a double oven, so I'm going to be cooking 2 pans of these.
2 stones.
Yep. So I'm going to continue to put these on here, and then I'm going to be baking them at 350 degrees for about 9 minutes. And I'll be back and we'll see what they look like. Hi, well, look at these. Aren't they beautiful? I just took them out. These did take 12 minutes. And reason being is this time when I made them bigger. I used this size of a scoop versus this size that I normally make. Because quite often when I do these, I do them around Christmas time, and that's why I use the smaller one. But because of that, it does take a little longer to make them. I'm probably going to get close to 3 dozen out of here. I still got dough in here to bake. And once these cool, what you do is you sprinkle them with powdered sugar. So they're supposed to stay on the cookie sheet for about a minute. Then we're going to transfer them over there to my baking racks. I put parchment paper under the cooling racks there because once they're totally cool and I sprinkle them with powdered sugar, the extra powdered sugar will go down onto that parchment paper and I can reuse that powdered sugar. So anyway, I'll be back in a little bit and we'll see what they look like. Hi, our cookies are completely cool now. And what I'm doing is I'm putting powdered sugar on top. And this is what I'm using. It's a little shaker that has the little holes in it. And I just put powdered sugar in it. I use this quite often. And I'm just going to lightly sprinkle this on. But you got to make sure your cookies are cool before you do this, or the powdered sugar is just going to melt into them. Oh, aren't those pretty?
Looks good, Miss Glow.
Yep, so I'm going to sample one here in just a minute, and we're going to take a couple of pictures, and I'll be back. Hi, well, our cookies are all done, and I just got to show you. Look at this, you guys.
They are good, too. I just tried one.
Yes. The key to this recipe is when you're baking it, please don't over bake it because it's you want a chew to it, kind of like a brownie, like a chewy brownie. And they are just delicious.
Yeah, they're good. They taste like a real good brownie.
So, and the other thing is you want them to cool on your cookie sheet for a bit before you transfer them over to the wire rack so that they are a little firm. Otherwise, and I can show you, over there, I had a few that actually fell through the rack because when you bake them, you don't want to overdo them. But they were still a little too warm when I transferred them over and they kind of went through the rack. And one of the reasons is because they were larger and I had to bake them a little longer. But this was well worth it. So I'm going to go ahead, and I got 29 cookies out of this because I had made them bigger. But first of all, let's break it in half and see what it's like. Look at that.
Yep, they are delicious.
Oh, you can smell the chocolate and the nuts in this.
And they're still warm, a little bit warm, so they taste
Not
good.
very warm though, because we had to let them cool.
I know.
You don't want to put the powdered sugar on before they're cool.
Either way, they taste great.
It tastes like a chewy brownie. They are so good. Oh, you guys, I wish you were here. I'd be more than happy to share this with you. They are just delicious. They would be a huge hit for a party, a barbecue, Christmas.
Anything, really.
And they're a huge hit for us. I'm going to be taking some to work tomorrow, though, for the people I work with. Because we certainly don't need all these. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do. And give me a like or a comment and share with your friends. I really want to thank you for watching, and I appreciate everything you've done. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome to Glow's Kinder Kitchen, and I'm Glow. Well, today I'm going to be baking some cookies here in the kitchen, and I pulled out my mixing bowl here because it's not a real large batch. And I usually, when I'm cooking a larger batch, I use a stand mixer like this. But when I would be using just a mixing bowl like this, I was having problems with it sliding away from me and rolling around. And my Betty Lou, who is my stepmother, suggested that I get something to prevent my bowl from sliding around on me and trying to run away. So she said, you can use a damp cloth, you can use something that will prevent it from sliding, a non-skid thing. And I had a piece of this that I had extra, and this is just a rug gripper. And so I had that in my closet, and I thought, this would be perfect. So I just folded up to the size approximately of the bottom of my bowl, and I set it on there, and look, I don't have my bowl sliding away from me and around.
Looks good, Miss Glow.
Yep. So anyway, I thought I'd share this with you because I certainly didn't know about it until a couple of years ago, and I've been cooking for years. But of course, Betty Lou, she always has those tricks right up her sleeve.
You're going to forget to talk about the silicone, weren't you?
I know. Stop. Hi, welcome to Glow's Kindred Kitchen, and I'm Glow. Well, today I decided I would share a recipe with you guys for chocolate cookies. And they're called double chocolate chewies, and they are delicious. So let's go ahead and start in on our recipe. The first thing I did is I have 1 1/4 sticks of butter here. Let's start over. I'm sorry.
God, boy.